The Russian-Ukrainian war for control of the eastern region of Ukraine began in 2014 and continues to this day. It began with the annexation of the region of Crimea by Russia in 2014 and has since been escalating into a major conflict. The war has claimed the lives of at least 7,500 to 13,000 civilians and around 6,890 to 9,000 members of Ukrainian and Russian forces combined. In August 2014, Ukraine implemented a unilateral ceasefire in Bakhmut, a town in the focused region. After the ceasefire, Russia began a large-scale and aggressive military buildup in the area, which left Ukraine unable to sustain a strong presence. The ongoing Russian military incursion in Bakhmut intensified in 2015 and eventually resulted in the Russians taking control of all points leading into the city by the end of that year. This occurred despite ongoing ceasefire negotiations between Ukraine and Russian forces. As a result of the ongoing conflict in Bakhmut, displacement of locals became endemic, with nearly 40,000 people being reportedly displaced in 2017. In addition to physical destruction, Bakhmut's economic infrastructure has suffered. Ukrainian government sources report that Russian-backed forces have burrowed or mined local roads, making them too unsafe for civilian and commercial traffic. This has resulted in a complete breakdown of the economy in the region, as previously booming industries such as farming and mining have been severely impacted. As a result of the war, Bakhmut has become one of the most depopulated cities in the Donetsk Oblast region. The war has also had a significant effect on the education system in the region, with many schools closing down. Many families have had to leave the city in search of work elsewhere, leading to a significant decrease in the school-age population. The lack of security and economic opportunities has caused a massive migration from Bakhmut, and many families are living in other parts of Ukraine as displaced persons. Additionally, there are reports of widespread corruption and human rights abuses being committed by members of the separatist forces, adding to the vulnerability of the population. With no end in sight, the ravages of war have left a deep imprint on Bakhmut. The war has left people struggling to survive in a place where both sides of the conflict seem to have forgotten about the value they both placed on human life during peacetime. Families now face the pain of leaving their homes and friends, facing death every day, and not knowing when they will ever be able to return. For one of the few places in the world that remained neutral during the Second World War, the war has brought suffering to the Bakhmut people on an unprecedented scale. Many people have reported cases of refugees dying from hunger and lack of medical care, and many of those that remain have little hope of recovering their losses. The psychological and physical burden placed on the citizens of Bakhmut will continue to stay with them for years to come. However, the people of Bakhmut refuse to be broken, and despite the hardship they face, they continue to fight for a better future for themselves and their children. They remain determined to stay and reclaim their homes despite the difficult conditions, and they continue to believe in a peaceful resolution to this terrible war. Despite the countless losses already suffered, the people of Bakhmut remain hopeful that one day they will be able to reclaim what was stolen away from them by the war.